Hello, welcome to my studio for the summer. First, I want to address, I made the mistake of picking this specific studio because there's these large HVAC system units right above me, so you can hear that in the audio. I want to apologize for that, but it's too late because I've already set up shop. I tried recording this video like once last week, and it was just all over the place. I was like talking about the work I'd done this past year in school and for clients, and I was going over oil painting, photography, printmaking, 3D rendering, and maybe I'll finish that video or just re-record that at some point, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. The point of this video is to talk about the summer and the projects that I have coming up, which are very exciting. So the first project is another children's book for Verity Press. I did illustrations for my first children's book for them a year ago. It's 2 years ago at this point, with My Family Loves to Eat Together. Bit of a mouthful. This book was done in my 3D rendering style, but this next book, The Special Meal, is going to be done with printmaking. The Special Meal is going to be written by Eric Novak, and I've worked with him before as a creative director, and so I'm very excited to work with him again. It's going to be about communion and its origins in the Bible, its prevalence in church history, and the part that it plays in the life of Christians today. Part of the pitch to me was talking to kids about why communion isn't just a snack. It's far more important. Like I said, it's going to be done in a printmaking style. Similar to that, I've been working on the thumbnail sketches for this video, and I've got most of them worked out over here. I'm not going to show you too much of that, but I've been narrowing down the compositions, and I've been going back and forth in my head about the potential use of color. I love Stephen Krotz's work in The Sower. It's technically not printmaking, but it's made to look like it's a printmaking style. It's very natural colors. So my thinking is that maybe I take the prints that I have, I'll scan them and potentially recolor them in some way or add color in the background. A fellow that comes to mind for color is Joe Hawks. He'll have the very bold black, and then he'll have the background as like a red, green, whatever, and then also have the white highlights. So that is still very much a work in progress. There are going to be roughly 10 illustrations, 8 interior illustrations, 1 cover, and 1 like interior spread for all of the legal bits. This is what a full page spread would look like. There might be about 3 or 4 of these, and the rest will be more single page illustrations with some designs on the text page. Hi, Editing Luke here. I realized that I completely forgot to explain what in the world I was holding in that previous clip. There's a lawnmower outside, if you can hear that. I'm holding cut down sheets of linoleum, which I'll be carving into to make the illustrations. More on that later, but it's a similar process to wood block cutting. It's just called lino cut, is the fancy term for it. Anyway, back to the video. So I look forward to updating you all more on this project as it goes along and as the summer gets warmer. Another project I've been working on slowly in the background is sparked by my recent acquisition of a few typewriters. I first picked up a Royal 10, I think, and recently this Smith Corona Super Sterling travel unit. And the idea that's kind of it sparked is this children's book thing, I would call it. Letters from Wemble is its working title. And I've done a few test illustrations for Look. Here are a few on the screen now. And the final product would look like a book of a series of letters and illustrations between 2 characters. One, a mouse, Stuttle, who's traveling around, and it's all somewhat based on New Hampshire and New England. The other character is a badger Wemble, who lives in a tree called the Hollow. One thing I really need to get better at is drawing animals because I am sorely out of practice. I would love to sit around and draw trees all day, but you can't make an interesting story with just trees. So the deadline for the first book, Special Meal, is August 5th. So I'll have about a month after that, before school starts, where I can work on this, and I also plan on doing a little bit of work on this throughout the summer. This book might be the kind of thing that I kickstart or I try to ship around to different publishers, maybe. It somewhat depends on how sellable I feel it is. We'll see, though. It might be just an excuse for me to work on and develop my watercolor/digital style. Anywho, I really appreciate you sticking around to watch this. It's going to be free on my Patreon and YouTube, so if you like what you see here and you want to follow the progress of this book over the summer, consider signing up on my Patreon. There's a free option, and it's basically a glorified newsletter. I'll be throwing some things on there about once a month. Some of the things you'll get if you support me is layered Photoshop files of illustrations, video updates like this, and sneak peeks of upcoming projects. So, thank you again for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.